Hello, my name's Dr. Barb Coles, and I'm the Associate Dean of the Health Sciences Division at Wake Tech.
And hi, I'm Shelley St. Aubin. I'm the Dean of Enrollment and Student Services at the Perry Health Sciences campus. And welcome to our podcast, Find Your Health Career.
We're here to help you find your health career at Wake Tech, and we hope you enjoy this podcast.
I'm Shelley St. Aubin. I'm the Dean of Enrollment and Student Services at the Perry Health Science campus. And I have been working with health science programs since I was hired 19 years ago. So I know. It's been a while. I love the health programs. We're up to 18 now. I don't think we had 18 back when I started. Dental hygiene had just come on. I think I came in on their second year. So yeah. And we have Dr. Barb Cole.
I'm the Associate Dean of the Health Science Division on Perry Health Science campus, and I have been with Wake Tech since 2003. And yeah, that's about it. Been around, seen new programs coming on, and helped new programs come on, and I know we're going to be growing more in the near future. So our growth is not over. So Shelley, we can start reaching for the 20s.
Ooh, yeah. I was going to say you started in 2000. You want me to do maths? 2003? No, I made it simple. I just said 19 years. You said, oh, 2003.
Because I don't do the math. See? I just say 2003.
And see, we decided to do this together because we represent both the student services side of the house. So
And the
I can talk
curriculum.
about, yeah, we can talk about admissions. We can talk about all the services, which, by the way, I just made a post on our Twitter account and our Facebook account about the wellness. I think they're having a get together in teams about managing stress. So we're going to talk. So we have all kinds of ideas as we go along, and hopefully introduce everybody to 18 of our health science programs, or 19 or 20 or however many. But just to let people know, our programs go from a certificate like phlebotomy all the way up to our 2-year associate of applied science degrees. We've got EMS, we've got nursing, we have pharmacy tech, but we will talk about that in a little bit. So
we
we
also
do,
have we also have workforce continuing ed,
yeah,
workforce
we do.
development now.
Mhm.
So that's going to be coming on board and moving forward quickly very soon, July 1.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a lot of health careers that hopefully, if we have listeners, I know we're going to have one because I'm going to make my husband listen to it. So, so hopefully, if we have listeners who want to know more about Wake Tech's health careers, they might tune in every once in a while and see what we're introducing. Hopefully, maybe we'll have students come in, just career and employment resources. So hope this would be fun. I've got my cup of coffee, so there you go.
I've got my
And
Pepsi.
I had a little Easter egg too. Easter
Mm.
candy. All right, so
Okay.
I got to go back to my agenda now.
Yes.
So one of the programs that we do have here at Wake Tech is pharmacy technology, and this is going to be the whole catalog description. So that way I don't have it memorized. I'm going to have to read it from my page. So what is pharmacy technology? So the pharmacy tech is going to be one of our 2-year Associate of Applied Science degrees. So you get an AAS. It does prepare students to work as pharmacy technicians. They are allied health professionals, and they're going to assist and support licensed pharmacists in providing prescription medications, over-the-counter drugs, medical equipment and supplies, pharmaceutical care services, and other health care products and services for patients. And on the admission side of the house, just to let you know, that always starts in our fall semester. Fall is August. It goes 5 semesters, so it goes fall, spring, summer, fall, spring, so altogether about 21 months. And it is a day program, so we don't have evenings and weekends, not for our clinical part of our program. So, see, Barb, next it's you because you wanted the mission.
That's Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the mission of the pharmacy technology program at Wake Tech is to prepare individuals to assist the pharmacist in duties that a technician can legally perform, which now includes giving vaccinations.
Yay!
And to function within the boundaries prescribed by the Board of Pharmacy Employment Agency and pharmacists whom they are working under. And most proudly, the program is nationally accredited with the American Society of Health System Pharmacists accrediting body. Da,
Yes,
Right.
da, da, da.
They just finished up their, just did accreditation again, right?
that is correct.
Yep.
Yes.
So today, our
Wow.
first guest, we have Miss Shannon Natale, the department head of
Yay!
pharmacy technology.
She lived through the accreditation.
Yes, we survived.
Virtually, no less, on a
Oh,
Yes.
virtual level.
Yes.
So face to face is hectic enough, and you did this all virtually, and you did not have any mishaps with the technology.
Not last Monday. Today, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, Miss Shannon, is there anything else you wanted to say to provide to our listeners a description of your program? To be
Well,
Miss.
our program, we say if you are interested in the healthcare profession, but you're not into dealing with blood and bodily fluids, then pharmacy is it's a great profession to be in. It's the clean side of healthcare. So if you're able to multitask and you're ready for a challenge, then pharmacy technology, it's a good program.
yeah. I have to say, I mean, not being or ever following that profession. I remember once I was at an advisory dinner, and one of the graduates was there. And
Uh-huh.
I think pharmacy technology. I think of the retail pharmacist,
Right.
and she was working in the hospital, and she was putting the chemo medicine in IV bags. I went, what? What you?
Yes.
I think again that retail pharmacy. I didn't. That was just. I just thought that was neat. I was like, what? You do that too? What else do you do
Yes.
behind the scenes?
I know. Yeah, most people do. When as soon as they hear pharmacist or pharmacy technician, they automatically think, CVS, Walgreens, your big box retailers. But yeah, there are so many other areas and fields that pharmacy technicians can work in. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was neat. All
yes,
So, since I'm on the admission side of the house, yeah, we get a lot of questions that people ask, and a lot of them want to know what that day is like. If they're working, can they still work and take a class at 3 o'clock? Well, I mean, what are those requirements for them so that they can be in this program and graduate within that 21-month period?
sure. We do have, I would say, probably 95% of the students in our programs, they do work while they are going through the program. Um, for us, most of our classes start at 8 a.m. in the morning, and we're done by lunchtime every day. And I say every day, but it's usually Monday through Thursday, the first semester that you're in the program, and even the second semester. Once you get to the third semester, then the course load starts to lighten up, so then there's more flexibility in the schedule. And then once you get to your second semester in the program, you do clinical rotations, and that is a full day at a clinical site. So that's one day a week in a clinical site. In
Like
addition to
9 to 5.
nine to five, 8 to 4. Yep, somewhere in that
Okay.
area. About 9, 8, 9 hours a day, depending on the semester. And we do have we have a didactic or classroom portion, and then we also have labs that are hands-on. So your first semester, there are let's see, there's one lab the first semester, and then the second semester in the program, there are two labs: a community pharmacy and a hospital pharmacy lab. And then the fourth semester, your second fall semester in the program, there is a sterile compounding lab. So Shelley, like you were saying, mixing the chemotherapy, that's where they get to learn that, making
Oh,
IVs. So,
So
yep.
we do that on campus?
We do that on campus. Yes, all of our labs are held on the Perry Health Science campus, and in fact, all of our classes are held on the Perry Health Science campus.
So what's the difference between like a lab and the clinic?
So the lab is where we're learning, we're teaching the hands-on portion. And then whenever you get into the clinic, you are actually working in a real pharmacy, and you're getting to practice those skills that you have learned in the lab.
Yeah.
And you're working with pharmacists and technicians in the clinical portion.
Yeah. And I like that. I think that's really neat. That's one aspect of our degrees that I try to explain to students, because I've never had that. I mean, I've got my master's is you go to class, you learn the material, you put it on a test. Here you actually get to go out and do it. Students must love that. It's like,
Yes.
oh, yay. That's
It's
the best
kind of
part of
like
it.
on the job training sort of stuff.
That's right. It is on the
Yeah.
job training, and that's how the employers too, they get to see the students working, and that's how our students get job offers, is when they're in their clinical rotations. So
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to ask that. Is it common for a student to be assigned to a clinical site and then they impress the pants off of the pharmacist there and they get offered a job? Is that common?
absolutely, yes. The past 3 years now, all of our students have had jobs before they graduate.
Wow.
So,
Before
yeah,
they graduated?
before they
Nice.
graduated, yes. Yep. So they are employed when they leave here.
Yeah. Hey,
and certified and certified.
what's that
Yep.
certification like?
Oh,
So for pharmacy technicians, we get certified through Pharmacy Technician Certification Board, and it is a test. So the students, they are required to take it their last semester in the program, and it is intense, but we prepare the students, and we have a pretty high success rate on the national exam. So
that is always good to have. All right.
yeah.
So where are graduates working? Are they working at CVS? Are they working in the hospital? Where?
They are working all over. So we have some working in our community pharmacies, Walgreens, CVS. We've got some working in hospitals. I think we've got graduates at Wake Med, at Rex, Duke Raleigh. Then we have students working at the NC State Vet School Pharmacy, which is a pretty unique opportunity.
Go NC State.
Yes.
At the vet clinic? Really?
At the vet school, yes. The vet school has their very own pharmacy, and we do send some of our students there for clinical rotations, and they have hired, I think, 3 of our students now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
They love our graduates. So, and we love sending students there. So, like I said, it's a unique opportunity. And then we also have long-term care pharmacies that we send our students to. We have graduates that have been hired. Let's see, home infusion pharmacies. So
What's that?
home
Home
infusion. So if somebody needs IV therapy, but they need to do that at home, then they, yep, that's where they make the IVs for home use. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's nice. I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of people would rather get all that at home, because I'm thinking of like,
Like,
okay.
like some elder care for
That's-
being
that's
at home. And
That's right.
you know, you don't, especially nowadays, you don't want your, 70 plus um, parent to go into the hospital. They're even more prone to infections and all. Keep them home, keep them
Right.
safe.
Certain antibiotic therapies we can do via home infusion. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool. I just thought like an LPN or nurse aide did that. That's
Yeah. Sometimes they have to have, like a nurse aide at home helping out, but at least they're in their home setting instead of in a hospital, like you said, where they can pick up other things. So,
oh, very nice.
yeah.
See, if we didn't have this, I would never have known about the vet clinic. I'm sorry. I just didn't even. Well, where do you go? I tell students, what doctors, hospital pharmacies. I never thought that they went to the vet clinic, but that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
There you go. So, all right. So here's a common question. After graduation, can they become a pharmacist?
They can. There's additional schooling, of course, that would be required, but it is very competitive to get into pharmacy school. So anything that you can have on your application or your resume to help you be more competitive, that you're better off. Plus, gaining experience working in a pharmacy will help you be a better pharmacist. And so some of the courses that you would take here, they would transfer. Some of the gen ed courses, and then some of the pharmacy schools will take some of the pharmacy courses um, as elective credits, I guess.
Oh.
So yes, it is always a possibility.
You just have to ask around. Yeah.
That's
If
right.
you have it. Yep. I know a lot of people who want to go on to be a pharmacist, but they do the pharm tech first just so they've got a job while they're going to
Yep.
pharmacy school, because
Right.
what, Campbell and Chapel Hill, I think, are the only two with a pharmacy school, and it's a 3-year program.
It's a total of 8 years to go
Ooh.
through pharmacy school now. Yes,
8?
including undergrad. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because they are doctors of pharmacy.
Mhm,
So, but yes, the Wingate has a pharmacy school in
Oh.
North Carolina, and so does High Point. So
Oh, okay, they've
we
added
have a
some.
lot of pharmacy schools in this area.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned Campbell, Shelley, because we've got a special relationship with Campbell
We
and the
do.
pharmacy program.
That's not one of our questions, but
I
that is, I
know, but
know,
there
but
you
you
go.
remembered it.
I
Yeah.
did, yes. Well, because I
Yes,
reviewed all our affiliation and articulation agreements.
we sure do. So our students, once you graduate, you have the opportunity to go into Campbell University's clinical research program. And it'd be an additional 2 years to receive your bachelor's degree in clinical research. And they accept, I believe, 64 of our credits.
Oh,
So
wow. Nice.
yeah, there's about a year and a half, 2 years that you would have to complete that degree. And we have 2 students now that have graduated that have completed that degree since we
Oh my
started
gosh.
the articulation agreement. Yes. So we're very excited about that. And most of their classes are held online. And when you do have to meet for labs or for class, the classes meet at the law school, which is in downtown Raleigh. So it's
Oh,
not the Bowie's Creek campus, which makes it a lot more convenient too.
that is nice. That is really
Yes.
nice. Now, I always knew like clinical research, I would have expected, oh, that's a route that AS, Associate in Science degree major, or someone with a BS in science would take that way. I did not realize that you could be a pharmacy technician and end up in the same spot. And
Yes.
that's a great pathway.
Yes. We are very excited for that partnership with Campbell.
Yeah. And they usually come and talk to your students, don't they? Like
They
their
do.
senior. Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever we have, when we're in a normal setting, not a
Yeah.
COVID,
That's true.
we do. We have somebody from Campbell come and speak to our students. And we've even gone to their campus one time, taken a field trip to their campus so that the students can see their lab space. And they feed us lunch, and it's a very good experience. So,
Oh, nice.
yes.
Good
Nice.
lunch.
Now,
Can't go wrong when you're eating free food. I think
not
we're
at
all
all.
graduate students at heart. Free food, I'm there.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing I do miss about not being on campus as much with the group of people is
Oh yeah,
yeah, we could
the
have some food.
potlucks.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, we had some good food on campus. Um, I just want to make sure we also did get to tell everyone about all the fun, because I know part of your description talks about the simulated lab activities and clinical experiences. They get to operate automated and robotic pharmacy equipment. What
Yes.
Really?
what is that?
So we do have, we've got a Pyxis machine in our lab. So the students, they refill this. It's like a medication tower. And so they refill this tower and make sure that all the medications are in the tower so that whenever the nurses need to pull patient meds, then they just log their patient's information into the computer, and the drawers just pop out to the medication that they're supposed to pull. So it reduces patient medication errors.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So we are also looking to get some automated pill counters in our lab, some more robotics. So we're kind of limited on lab space right now. So we're working on trying to get more of the robotics in. So
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember we were doing a tour once of the nursing lab and we saw that big Pixis, whatever that thing
Yes.
was. And I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, cool. So the pharm tech students fill it and then the nurses have to use it. So I was like, oh, wow. It's like a real life little operating hospital floor here. So
Yes.
I thought that was just like, again, oh, that's kind of neat.
That is rather neat.
Now, the fun thing, and this is one of the things I do miss about being on campus, is the fact that we usually have the little Skittles running around. Well, they are so cute. So everyone wants to know, what color are the scrubs for the Pharm Tech students?
Because I do not look good in hot pink.
Oh, come on. We got it.
We wear black scrubs
Okay.
because black is slimming and we all want to look slimmer. So.
Oh, thank you. That's good.
I don't know. Do you remember when dental hygiene was that neon blue? That it was great, but you could see them a mile away. Woo! There comes dental hygiene.
Dental assisting once was purple. They looked like little grapes going around campus.
I know.
Yeah.
I do.
So black's good.
Yeah.
Well, that is perfect. Now, and also, are there other things? Because that was the one question I was going to ask. When students think about going into pharmacy technology, they're not walking on nice, comfy little floors. I always tell students, have comfortable shoes because you are going to be on your feet
That is correct.
the entire time. So pay that money and get some good stuff.
Shoes. That's right. Yes, pharmacy technicians, they do not sit on the job. So it's not, unless you get really lucky, it's not a desk job. Now there are some, we're starting to go to more we're starting to get a lot more mail order pharmacies. And so if you do happen to work in a mail order pharmacy on the data entry end of it, then yes, you might get a desk job. But for the most part, pharmacy technicians are walking and standing all day long, their entire shift. So yes, it is very important to spend a little money on some good shoes.
Yeah.
Do you
But
have
they don't
recommendations? Do you have any recommendations for
I
shoes?
like Danskos personally,
Mhm.
or Brooks. If you're looking for sneakers, I like Brooks.
Yeah, they're good, but they don't need a stethoscope or a blood pressure cuff or any of that. Okay.
No equipment.
Okay.
But before they are accepted in the program, there are some things they need to go through, like criminal background check, drug testing. What? Tell us about that.
Yes, for our clinical requirements, there are some immunizations that are required. This is so that you can go into hospitals and pharmacies. Let's say you have to have CPR certification and a drug and background screening. And every year that you are in the program, you will have to go through the background screening.
Okay. So what are some common things that would keep me out? So like if I had, I was in an accident or something, anything common that is it the college or the clinical sites that say no?
It is the clinical site. So if there is something on your background that's questionable, then we would just run it through our clinical sites and see if that's something that they are willing to work with.
So in my younger years, if I was silly and got arrested for some
Are you
some
trying to tell us
marijuana,
something?
not on my end.
Remember, this is representative of Wake Tech now. Watch it.
Not on my end, but there's some people who do when they're younger dabble in like marijuana use, and now it's becoming legal in a lot of states. So would that be something that future possible pharmacy technicians might be aware that may prevent them from going through this program?
Well, I mean, definitely if they've, been using it when they do their drug screening, then that would prevent them. If they don't pass their drug screening, that would prevent
Right.
them from being able to enter. But as far as it being on your record, again, I think that they just have to run it through the clinical sites and see what the clinical sites are willing to accept.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So, what do you think everyone would be most surprised to hear or know about being a pharmacy technician?
Most surprised about? Oh my goodness. I think that for the most part, when people think of pharmacy technicians, they think that we just stand behind a counter and count pills.
Well, yeah.
But yes, which
Mhm.
we do a lot of that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there are so many other things that pharmacy technicians do. As Shelley, you mentioned earlier, making IVs, doing sterile compounding. Then there's non-sterile compounding, which is compounding is making medications that aren't already available by pharmaceutical company, manufacturer. So sometimes we have to make what the doctor has prescribed. So we do sterile, non-sterile compounding. Then of course, working in a veterinary pharmacy, like we've mentioned before. Yep. Um, and let's see, and now pharmacy technicians are able to vaccinate. So that has been one positive thing that has come
Yeah.
out of COVID is pharmacy technicians were not able to do that before COVID. Pharmacists have been able to, but not technicians. But now pharmacy technicians are able to help out with that. So we are very excited to have another responsibility and role that we can do as a technician.
And that's going to stay permanent? Has that been now added to the role of a pharmacy technician?
As far as we know, that is going
Oh,
to
wow.
stay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's going to be part of the curriculum now.
and it will
Hmm.
be part of the curriculum. That is correct.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting. Okay, good to know. All
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. So, if we have anybody out there, any high school students, or they're in college right now, i- if they're taking chemistry and they love it, or they're taking, is there something that maybe they're taking certain classes that they really just love, that maybe pharmacy tech might be a good fit for them if they're trying to figure out what they want to be when they grow up, even if they're 30, 40, 50. I'm still trying to grow up, but yeah.
Well, let's see. As far as like, I guess personality wise, if you're a people person, you like to interact with people, then that is usually a good fit. Now, all pharmacy technicians do not have to interact with the public and with people, because if you're working in a hospital, then you don't have to be as much of a people person as you do if you're working in a community pharmacy. But you definitely need some math skills. So you don't have to have, we don't need calculus or trigonometry, but a good pre-algebra, algebra 1 level. So if you like algebra, then you should, and you're good at it, you should be good to go. Chemistry, yes. I mean, if you really want to get into how the drugs are made
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
what's in them, then yes, chemistry. We don't really require that you know as much of that in our program to be a technician, but biology definitely helps because we do have to know how these drugs work in the body and affect different systems.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
So if you're out there and you love anatomy and physiology and biology, think of pharmacy tech. All right.
That's right.
All
All
right.
right.
I don't know. We might have hit the next one.
I think we did. Yeah. Um,
So we
who's a
got
good
that.
match? Important
Yeah.
qualities.
Yeah.
So
Shannon's been
that
great.
yes. So what's the last one? The last one is there anything else you wish we had asked you that we didn't? Did we
Let's
miss
see.
anything?
Well, I think just we accept 20 students, up to 20 students a year right now.
Hmm.
Um, and so, we want 100% of those students that we take in to graduate. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but yes, we try our best. If you're struggling to get you help that you need, whether it's ILC or coming into the lab, opening up the lab space and letting you practice, get more hands-on practice, or working with your instructors outside of class for one-on-one help. So We do try to graduate everybody that we bring in, but we're not going to just pass people through. You do have to work at it, so, and you have to earn the grade. So,
Oh, here's something. If you accept 20 students, how many faculty do you have in your program?
we have one full-time faculty, Paula Williams. She is with us full-time, and then we have 2 adjunct instructors. So our adjunct instructors, they help us out with some of our seated classes and labs, and then they more or less are there to do the clinical courses, to check on students while they're at their clinical sites, and to get all their clinical paperwork turned in and make sure that everything that we need has been documented. So
that's a really good student faculty ratio to get
Yeah.
that close knit relationship going and have that success rate, probability increase. I mean,
Yes.
3 full-time or 3 faculty for 20 students. That's really good.
Well,
Yeah.
and then it's like one-on-one, right? For their clinical settings, or do you have more than one student with the pharmacy, in the pharmacies?
That is one-on-one.
Yeah.
We have 1 student per pharmacy per day. So yes, you would be the only student at your clinical site at any given time. So
Ooh, so
Awesome.
see, so I would say, if anyone is interested, they want to know more about pharmacy technology, they want to be able to start the program, you can go, you can email us at hsadvising@waketech.edu. I get the HS for health sciences, HS Advising. Or you can go to our webpage. You just type into your browser HS Admissions, again, health science, hsadmissions.waketech.edu, and we can tell you all about pharmacy technology. And
Yeah.
so I
And
can't wait.
it's a career that is a high demand career. So we need pharmacy technicians. Like I said, all of our graduates, they have jobs by the time they leave. So we have employers contacting us all the time wanting to know if we have students that are interested in jobs. So you will not graduate.
We might have 1 or 2.
No,
Yeah.
and they get to work at and see the vet clinic. I'm sorry, and put medicine in IV. I just see. I just did not know any of that. So I just thank you so much.
Yeah,
This was our
thank you,
first
Miss Shannon.
podcast. We made it through. Woo!
Thank you all for having me.
Oh, yes, we
Thank
loved it.
you.
And hopefully we're going to try to do this on a monthly basis. So we'll see who's coming up next. Hopefully EDT, but we'll tell you more about that at some other time. Thank you guys very much for everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that does it for our podcast. Thank you for listening.
And if you'd like to find out more about our health science programs at Wake Tech, please check out our webpage at hsadmissions.waketech.edu or email us at hsadvising@waketech.edu. Bye.
Bye.